Good day, good day, good day, good day, our YouTube family. So glad to have you with us. My name is AD Roberts, and yes, I am your success coach. And every day when we come on here and we do this live, the goal there too, the goal is to one, create a sense of connectedness and community, and number two, that we're always going to have a conversation, a discussion that is designed to be empowering and impactful at some meaningful level. And so today is no different. Today we're going to be empowering you to take your life to that next level. So let's go ahead and kick this thing off. I'm excited. I'm excited. So glad to have y'all up in here. Welcome in. So now if you would go ahead and share this live out. I see you over here, Janae. Thank you so very much, superstar. I truly appreciate you over there in TikTok land. Welcome in as we just launched over here. Thank y'all. I see you reposting. Thank you so much, everybody. I see you reposting. I see you sharing out the live. Thank you so much. I truly appreciate it. Yes, I do. All right, here we go. Today, I wanted to have a conversation that wasn't as heavy. Because is that Sean coming up in here? Welcome in, Sean. Good day, good day. I hope you aren't freezing too much out there in the Beham. Yeah, I hope it's not too cold over there in Alabama. But God bless you. And all of you wonderful people that are all over the world where it is freezing. Did I just see Erica coming up in here? Welcome in, Erica. So glad to see you up in here. Y'all love on Erica a little bit as she slides up in here. Thank you so much. She hadn't been feeling so well lately. So listen, just for a quick moment, all our beautiful people, y'all just as we get started, y'all send Erica, it's infinity. Y'all see it's infinity butterfly. Y'all put infinity. Y'all send some good love to infinity. It's been a minute since she's been up in here. She hadn't been feeling her absolute best. So we're going to send some good healing energy her way so that she can continue to get better, get better, get better. All right. Excellent. Thank you so much. And make sure that y'all let us know if we have any birthdays in the house so that we can celebrate those birthdays too. We truly appreciate y'all for being in here, and I appreciate y'all for loving on each other. There you go. Say that A town. So here we go. I wanted to have a conversation today that wasn't so heavy because I kind of, I'm not going to say that I beat y'all up this week, but I know that the earlier part of the week, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, our conversation was one that was needed. And it was one that I encourage you to push beyond the limitations of your normal self, and that there was work to be done, and that there's balance that you need to have. And so that balance manifestation, that was a heavy conversation. But I wanted to come in here today and I wanted to talk today about something that is really important, but it's not so heavy, but it's super important at the same time. And so the topic for today is whispering to the subconscious. Whispering to the subconscious, how to speak to yourself in a way that creates transformational healing emotionally and physically. And I think this is perfect. It's a perfect time for you, Infinity Butterfly, to be up in here. I think it's perfect. It's a perfect time for you to be up in here because we're talking about what that internal dialogue. And again, welcome in our YouTube family. So glad to have you with us because we're simulcasting on both YouTube and on TikTok. We truly appreciate your presence. And listen, the same thing. If you have some family members or some friends that need to be up in here, share that. Let them know that, hey, listen, you need to be in the house today. And so again, our topic is whispering to the subconscious, how to speak to yourself in a way that creates transformational healing, both physically and emotionally. Both physically and emotionally. Does that resonate with anybody? If that resonates with anybody, put yes in the chat. If that resonates with you today, put yes in the chat. Put yes in the chat. Thank you. Thank you, Monica. Thank you, Amy. Thank you, Jabs. Thank you, Janet O. And thank you, Infinity. I truly appreciate you. Thank you so much. Thank you for those wonderful flowers. I truly appreciate you. Thank you for those roses. So here we go. Thank you, Monique. And again, as y'all continue to share out this live, tapping is clapping. Tapping is clapping. And so we typically are on for about 2 hours. And so that allows us to get to about 100 plus thousand likes. So we're going to go ahead. We're at a great start right now. Yes, we are. What's going on, Deb? Good to see you up in here. Welcome back. Welcome back. And again, if we have any newbies in the building, whether on TikTok or here on YouTube, let us know so that we can love on you. And again, if you need anything, we have our moderators on YouTube. Our moderator is Janae, and on TikTok, our moderators are Mimi and Fine Wine. So if y'all need anything, they're gonna take care of you. Thank you so much. So our conversation today, it begins with the honest acknowledgement that literally most people speak to themselves in a way that you would never speak to someone that you love. Most of us have an internal dialogue where we talk to each other, we talk to ourselves rough. Thank you, Fine Wine. Thank you for those finger hearts. We talk to ourselves rough. We talk to ourselves rough. We talk to ourselves in a way that we wouldn't talk to a little baby. Thank you, Zane. Welcome in. Welcome in. So glad to have you in here. Think about that for a second. When you talk to yourself, what is the tone that you have? What is the voice that you have? And see, this is very, very important because as a clinically certified hypnotherapist, I understand the debilitating tone and how many of us rip ourselves apart. Tough love. Tough love is okay sometimes. But here's the thing. I've noticed over the years how we speak to ourselves. It's debilitating. It doesn't nurture, it doesn't feed. And see, we inherited that to great degree from the environment that we were raised in. So the tone that our parents had, the tone that our family members had, the tone that our tribe had, we often reflect that tone within us. And so the life that you're wanting, the healing that you're looking for, the miraculous to show up in your life, it's going to be very difficult to manifest that when you have an internal dialogue that is negative, that is heavy, that is dark, that is rebuking. All right. And so I want you to begin to shift that and act as if you're speaking to a little child. And when I say a little child, be kind, be compassionate, be more understanding. Be more kind, be more compassionate, be more understanding of who you are and where you're going. Speak to yourself, not from your present moment circumstances, but speak to yourself from your destiny. If that makes sense to you, put yes in the chat. If that makes sense to you, put yes in the chat. If that makes sense. And so again, we speak to ourselves in ways that we would never speak to somebody else that we loved. Excellent. Thank you. Hey, Britt. Good to see you on up in here, Britt. Good to see you. Welcome in. Thank you. And see, this thing, what we do, again, it quietly sabotages our emotional and physical well-being. So the beauty of this moment is that the subconscious mind is always listening. It's always listening. It always is listening. And because it's always listening, thank you, Lamont. And because it's always listening, it's always learning. It is always absorbing. It's always responding to the language we whisper into it. Because again, the subconscious mind is always listening. And let me lay some foundational stuff here. The subconscious mind represents 95% of what you and I experience as reality. Now, I know for some people that may be tough to understand. But then again, y'all are smart. That might not necessarily be the case. We live in a world where we have to be very, very mindful of the words that we speak. And listen, and we want to win. That's right. We want to win. I want to win. You want to win. We want each other to win. And so the dialogue that you have internally, how you speak to yourself, is more important than anything. It's more important than you speak outside of yourself. Because when you speak to yourself, you're speaking to your destiny, and try not to speak to your circumstances. All right, let's keep going. So the joy of today's theme, it literally rests in the revelation that when a person learns to speak to themselves with clarity, with intentionality, and with emotional truth, the body and their life begins to heal in ways that feel miraculous. It feels miraculous. So speak to yourself with love, speak to yourself with kindness. The freedom in this work is found in remembering that the subconscious mind does not judge, it does not reject, it doesn't even debate. It simply obeys what is repetition. Hey, Scarlett, good to have you on up in here. Welcome home, welcome home. It literally does that because the subconscious mind is always listening. The subconscious mind represents 95% of what we experience as reality. The conscious mind, only 5%. The subconscious mind is the repository of information. The subconscious mind is where, thank you, Lamont. The subconscious mind is where the programming lies. And so because that's where the programming lies, unless and see, here's the thing. And when I say that that's where the programming lies, every program produces an output. There's an outcome. And if you don't like the outcome or the output is the reality that you're experiencing, the life that you're experiencing. And if you don't like the life that you're experiencing, that is systemic of the thoughts you have, the words you speak, the actions you take, and the emotions that you experience, those are what? The protocols of alignment. If you don't like that which is going on within you, if you don't like what's going on outside of you, you have to look to what's going on inside of you for that change and that shift and that growth. All right. And let me lay this foundationally. Come here, my newbies. Y'all ready? Come on. And again, if you are a newbie in here, if this is your first time in here on TikTok or on YouTube, and we haven't acknowledged you yet, go ahead and please put newbie in the chat so that we can love on you. Please do that for us. Let us do that. Please do that for me. All right. So here we go. We live in an energetic universe. We live in an energetic universe. And because we live in an energetic universe, this universe has a language. Y'all get ready, get ready, get ready. It has a language. And you may say, well, AD, what is that language? What is the language? The language is frequency. It is vibrational. And that frequency, you may say, well, dang, AD, well, where does it come from? Where does it come from and how can we get to that space? You know, it comes from the thoughts we have, the words we speak, the actions we take, and the emotions that we experience. Hey, Deb, welcome in, Deb. Y'all love on Deb for me. Y'all love on Deb. She's a newbie. If we have any more newbies, simply put newbie in the chat. Oh yeah, you're in the right place, Lamont. That's a good question. How can we trust inner state when many are conditioned to focus on outer state? Absolutely. All of us are conditioned to that. That's why in here I teach you that we don't believe the reports of our eyes and ears, because our eyes and ears are very temporal. They cannot see beyond the reports of the present moment. And the present moment are just the facts. And so the facts don't lead to destiny. They lead to being fixed into the present moment, and you'll be stuck in a cyclical thing going over and over and over again. You're in the right spot. You're in the right spot today, Lamont. But thank you. That's excellent. So because we live in this energetic universe, and the energetic universe has a language, and that language is frequency. And that frequency, where does it come from? It comes from the thoughts we have, the words we speak, the actions we take, and the emotions that we experience. That creates what we call the protocol of alignment. And those protocols of alignment are projected out into the quantum field. It creates a resonance. That those four things, it creates a resonance. And the resonance, that resonance is projected out into the quantum field. The quantum field receives it, and it is reflected back to us as reality. So the universal law of correspondence says that as within, so without. As above, so below. As it is in the east, so shall it be in the west. So when we understand the underpinnings of of this language and how we influence and how we co-create our reality through the thoughts we have, the words we speak, the actions we take, and the emotions that we experience, those protocols of alignment, that resonance, how we co-create, you then begin to understand that the universe does not give to us what we ask for. It gives to us based upon how we see ourselves, and how we see ourselves creates a frequency and a resonance. And so the thing that we're asking for, we must be a vibrational match for that thing. There it is. It must be a vibrational match for the thing. So when you're a vibrational match for the thing, you can attract it in your space. Now watch this. This is the last thing, because where your focus goes, energy flows. Where energy flows, manifestation soon follows. I'm going to say that again, especially for my newbies. Where your focus goes, energy flows. Where energy flows, manifestation soon follows. So with that being the case, I need to make sure that everybody understands it. Is everybody on the same page? If you get it, put yes in the chat. If you don't understand it, say, AD, I don't get it. Can you please help me a little bit more? And because I want to make sure that everybody understands so we can continue to move forward where we are. Thank you, Janae. Thank you, Lamont. Thank you, Amy. Thank you, Janet. Thank you, Jabs. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, our beautiful people. Excellent. So I must be doing a good job. All right, so y'all get it. Y'all understand. I knew y'all were smart. And listen, don't get it twisted. If you don't understand it and it's a new concept to you, don't make sure that you say something, because we don't want to leave anybody behind, because as we move forward at light speed, we want to make sure that everybody is on the same page and is ready to keep going. All right, so let's roll. If y'all are ready for part 1, put 1 in the chat. Put 1 in the chat. We're kicking this thing off. Man, y'all are doing really, really well. We're already at 28,000. We're already at 29,000 likes. Let's keep pushing, because tapping is clapping. Thank you, Licia. Thank you so much. Yes, thank you for that. Let me cook, because I am about to fire this thing up. Yes, we are cooking. We are cooking. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, Mimi. Understanding the challenge. Why our inner voice has become so loud, critical, and chaotic. Number 1. we on number 1, Janae. It's number 1. You talking about what number? I love you. All right, y'all, here we go. So again, understanding the challenge. What is the challenge? Why our inner voice has become so loud, critical, and chaotic. Many people have inherited their self-talk. And this lends to, what Lamont was saying about that external noise, that external voice. And so many people have inherited a self-talk that was never theirs to begin with. They're literally echoing the sounds and the vibe of their tribe. They're echoing the voice. They're echoing the voice that was introduced to them. That's the voice that I echoed. That's the voice that many of you echo. In fact, the voice that you hear most internally, the voice that you hear most externally, you begin to sound like. Have you noticed, anybody in here notice, especially my vets, anybody notice that y'all start to sound like me? Anybody in here have to laugh at yourself sometime because you're like, God dog, I sound like AD. I sound like Coach. Anybody in here? If that's you, put me in the chat. If you're talking to your friends, you're talking to family members, you quoting me and you quoting stuff that we talk about all of the time up in here, and you sound like me. Yeah, thank you, Mimi. Thank you, Amy. Thank you, Monique. Thank you, Janet. Thank you, Janae. Janae says 100,000%. A-town. So yeah, so you see what I'm saying? And so that's why it is so important. It's just like food. It's just like, whatever you're consuming. Whatever you're consuming is going to become a part of you. And because of the way I teach from a place of repetition, because the subconscious mind, what do I teach y'all? The subconscious mind loves what? Write it in the chat. Repetition. The subconscious mind loves repetition. And so since the subconscious mind loves repetition, the subconscious mind, it literally is recording everything because it's constantly listening. And so it is a repository for everything that you put forth. And what it absorbs, it is a part of the programming. And so therefore it is going to spit out in your reality, from the programming that it receives. So you want to make sure that your programming is fresh and good. Hey, Henson, good to see you coming up in here. Welcome in, welcome in. And as y'all come up in here, make sure that you grab those, daily heart me's. Make sure you grab those daily heart meals. All right, here we go. So again, that voice that we have, that internal voice, is reflective of the community that we're a part of. It's reflective of the conversations that we have witnessed and been the beneficiary of. You know, if we were born into a family where they talk rough, they you know, I was born into a family of vampires and werewolves. And these vampires and werewolves did not pull any triggers. You can't be soft spoken. You couldn't be mealy mouthed. Anybody born into a family of werewolves and vampires and banshees. Anybody in here born into a family that's rough and don't play the radio. Anybody born into one of those. Alicia, yes. Mimi says savages. Fine Wine says, oh yeah. Britt laughing, yes. Janae says, yep. Thank you, Jan, for sure. So we were born, many of us were born into these families, and you can't be soft around them because they will eat you alive. You have to, Mimi says she has to give out disclaimers. Disclaimers? Disclaimers to who? So, but these are the environments that we were raised in, and you sit there and you wonder why you talk to yourself so rough. You listen, you call yourself all kinds of names. You talk to yourself like you some red-headed stepchild. You talk to yourself all kinds of crazy ways. Don't bleed around my family. That means they're sharks. Emotional and physical pain are amplified when the subconscious is conditioned to expect struggle, danger, or disappointment. Now I'm gonna lay that down. I'm gonna lay that down because I'm gonna come back to it. Emotional and physical pain are amplified when the subconscious is conditioned to expect struggle, pain, negativity. And so in this modern world, it trains the mind. Thank you, Henson. Thank you for those finger hearts. It trains the mind to be overstimulated. It trains the mind to be overstimulated, reactive, and self-doubting. Let's touch on each one of these. This modern world, the world that we live in right now. Wait a minute. What you say, Sean? You wear it on your face. I get it. I get it. Here it is. Our world trains the mind to be overstimulated. You are accustomed to constant stimulation. We grew up during the digital era. Many of us are bridge folks. You know, I'm a Gen Xer. Many of us were raised by baby boomers. We have a few baby boomers up in here. And so I celebrate the baby boomers that are up in here because they are a part of a generation that all of this is foreign. All of this is new. And one of the things that I want to make sure that we acknowledge is the bridge between the baby boomers and the millennials. The millennials, the Gen Zs. And we respect everybody up in here because this is a safe space. We don't bash a generation because they're not our generation. We celebrate the uniqueness of each one of those generations because each one of those generations has a voice. They have their own individual struggles. They have their own individual pains. And they also have their own individual victories. And so as a Gen Xer, it feels as though I was born to be a bridge between the old and the new. And that bridge has to be laden with compassion. And so, but in a world, this is where the rubber meets the road, y'all. Come on. And again, as y'all come in, make sure you grab those daily heart meets. And as you come in, make sure that you introduce yourself, especially if you're a newbie. If we've not already acknowledged you as a newbie, let us know that you're a newbie in there by simply putting newbie in the chat so that we can love on you. Please do that. Because I appreciate y'all for being in here. Because guess what? Y'all could have been anywhere doing anything else. Y'all could have been on anybody else's live, but you chose to hang out with us. And so I appreciate y'all for being in here because if this is your vibe, this might be your tribe. If this is your vibe. All right. Thank you, Mimi, for those. Let you give me some finger hearts. Thank you. This world, it literally trains the mind to be overstimulated. So right now, here in this 21st century, we have devices all around us. We have television that, we grew up watching television. They set us in front of the television. Then we moved from television to the internet and all kinds of, now we got the apps and these social media platforms. So we have a preponderance of information always flooding us, flooding us, flooding us, flooding us, flooding us. Boom, 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 boom. And so what it does is it calibrates the mind. It calibrates the subconscious mind to be overstimulated all of the time, to the point where you get, and see, here's where the addiction comes from. Here's where the addiction. Do you realize that this is addictive? Because I could talk and I could say this because nobody's in here. Nobody, my mom is not on TikTok, so I could talk. Do y'all know my mom will be sick? My mother is 70. She turned 78 Monday of this week. Is it Monday or Tuesday? Whenever the 12th was, I think it was Tuesday. One of those days. My mom is 78 years old, so I can say this because she's not up in here. Don't laugh, Antoine. Don't laugh. But my mother is 78 years old. And she literally, thank you, Amy, because that's right, y'all born on the same day. My mother is addicted to her phone. She has literally become addicted to social media. She will be in church, and God forbid if anybody knows her and go tell that I'm telling her business on here. Don't tell, y'all. Don't tell. I'm trying not to get in trouble. Let me share this with your mom. See, you're not right. Don't do that. See how you just starting stuff, agents. Going on to the back of the room. What's that rotary? What's the rotary phone? What's her at? No, we're not doing this. See, you know what? I was about to have story time. We're not even going to do this. See, we're not going to do this. But nevertheless, here we go. Can y'all imagine? My 78-year-old mother is sitting. She'll sit there on the phone while she is in church. Now, here's the funny part. My mother is a minister in the church. She's an ordained minister, all that good stuff in the Lord's church. She's 78 years young because if anybody knows her, she's a feisty little something. Still driving around, still goes wherever she wants to. Pop up over at the house if you want. You'll get your feelings hurt. But watch this. She will be on her phone in the church while the pastor is preaching the sermon. And she will be on her phone because she has grown accustomed. Her brain has been trained for overstimulation. So while the music is playing in the church, while the pastor is preaching, while the collection plate is going on, and people are going around the church, she has her phone in her hand. And, she is not looking for a verse in the chapter. No, sir. No, Antoine, but I appreciate that. I appreciate that covering. Mama say she done heard this before. I love y'all. Go back. Listen. Henson, go on back there to the back. Go back there to the back. Go on back there with Fine Wine, Mimi, and Antoine. Go on back there. But she's literally on her phone scrolling. But she doesn't understand that what has happened is that she's been trained, her brain has been trained for overstimulation, and the dopamine hits that she gets. That immediate gratification and satisfaction that you get from that immediate information. Bam, bam, bam. So we're constantly overstimulated. Here's the next thing. We're reactive. We are reactive instead of proactive. Watch this now. Come on, because this is a good conversation for today. We are not as proactive as we would normally be. Being proactive means us making a stance beforehand. That means us living from a place of destiny instead of circumstance. So because we are so prone and have this strong proclivity for response and being reactive than we are to being proactive, we are constantly responding to our current present moment situation and not our destiny, because our destiny requires us to look beyond the present moment. It requires us to not believe the reports of the reports of our eyes and ears. It causes us to operate from a place of faith instead of fear. But reaction, we're always looking for somebody to react to. We're being programmed to be reactive because what happens when we go on social media? We're responding to people's posts. We're responding to likes. We're responding to comments. We're responding to the stuff that we're watching on television. We're responding. So we wind up being more reactive than anything. And all of this, we also are more self-doubting. Because what this has trained us to do is to look outside of ourselves. Now, this is the key. Come on here. This is where the rubber meets the road, because we spend more time looking outside of us because of overstimulation. We're addicted to the outside stimulus, that stimuli. And because that stimuli is coming from outside, we very seldom look within. Look at how diabolical that is for a moment. Instead of spending time looking within and going within and doing the inner work, we are constantly being entertained. We are constantly looking outward. We're looking outward because we're watching television. We're looking outward because we have our cell phones in our hand. We're looking outward because we're looking at the world and we're responding and we're reactive versus being proactive. Being proactive means that we're working from within and we're working from destiny. Being reactive means that we're looking outside and we're looking from outside and making determinations and being reactive based upon the stimuli that we receive. Does everybody understand that? If you understand that, put yes in the chat. If that resonates, put yes in the chat. And so you can see how it is diabolical. Because what do I teach y'all every day? Where your focus, I'm getting goosebumps. It's been a minute since I got goosebumps. Look at that. Because where your focus goes, energy flows. And where energy flows, manifestation soon follows. And if your brain has been programmed and reprogrammed over and over and over and over to look outside of yourself and focus outside, that means you never look within, you never do the work, you never get the healing, you never get to a place where you are becoming a better version of yourself because you're always looking outside. And as you're looking outside, you wind up comparing yourself to certain people in certain circumstances. You look at other people's financial situations, you look at other people's relationships, you look at other people's lives and never look at yourself. And then when you look at yourself, you're overly critical, you're reactive, and it pisses you off. That's why when some of you go on, come on, watch this. That's why when some of you go on social media, you get triggered. I'll wait. I'll wait. I am a clinically certified hypnotherapist. Who has ever gone on social media and got triggered? You saw something that said, you know what? I'm coming off. I'm coming off right now. Because you're reactive, you're triggered. That emotional state, that thing that you were looking for, you got triggered in it. Come on, Mimi, there it is. That's it. Be honest with you. Who else has been triggered? Thank you, Janae. Who else has found themselves being triggered by something that they saw on social media? It hurt your feelings. It hurt your feelings. You sitting up there, okay, we're gonna have a tough moment. I unfollow the triggering accounts. Yes, I get triggered. Yeah, come on now. Let's just say this. I'm gonna put this out there. Yes, especially what's going on politically. You get triggered. You become reactive emotionally. But let me put this out there. What happens when you sit there and you look at somebody who just got a brand new car and they post that brand new car on social media? Some of us can say, I celebrate them, but if for a moment you say, man, it sure would be nice to have a new car. I've had that moment. You see people celebrating the fact that they're waving their keys to their new house. There it is. And that's a beautiful thing, Shay, that you're celebrating them. But some of us don't have that luxury because of our present moment situation. Because of our present moment situation, we look at our circumstances and our conditions and we say, dang, boy, that sure would be nice to get keys to a new house too. It's a tough place. It's a tough place to be. So that external stimuli that we're constantly focusing on, we're giving our energy away to. We're giving our energy away too. We're giving our energy away too. And because we're giving our energy away too, we have very little to give to ourselves, to pour into ourselves. Tiff says, I don't see too many acts of kindness. That might be why. This is a part of where we are. This is part of where we are in the world. This is where we are. The modern world trains the mind to be overstimulated. You get accustomed to being overstimulated. You'll sit there. I'm guilty. You'll sit there. You'll have the television on, and you got your phone in your hand, and you're scrolling at the same time while you're doing work. That's overstimulation, reactive self-doubting, creating internal noise that makes healing difficult. All of this, all of that I laid out, creates an internal dialogue where your life is so noisy. That's why you get to bed so late. Man, listen, I got a friend of mine that he'll be on YouTube till 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, looking at crazy stuff, looking at monkeys picking fleas off each other. I'm dead serious. I'm so serious. I'm so serious. And so it's difficult to watch a movie without opening my phone. I mean, it's habitual. I'm guilty of it too. Hey, Trinity, good to see you on. But again, all of these things lead to what? Creating internal noise, an internal dialogue, an internal noise. That is why. Now y'all see why those of you who are part of the Oasis Mind Spa, those you see why. To great degree, I always start our programs off with what? Silencing the noise. Y'all understand the psychology of why I do that. Because I understand that many people have this internal noise that just doesn't turn off. Our actions are much aligned with our inner desire. Absolutely. And so you can see the internal chaos, that internal noise. Absolutely. Well, see, yeah, billionaires, millionaires, those people are good with blocking out the noise because they don't have the same addictions. Thank you, Stay Woke. I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you for that, hand hearts. They don't have the same addictions. They don't have the same addictions, so their focus is different. And because their focus is different, they have different outcomes, because where your focus goes, energy flows. Where energy flows, manifestation soon follows. So if you're focused on chaos, if you're focused on foolishness, if you're focused on being entertained on social media and on these apps and all of that stuff, then that's where your energy is going. Does that make sense? I said this conversation wasn't going to be so heavy, but it's turning out to be that way. Where your focus goes, energy flows. And so if we're focused constantly on our phones, if we're focused constantly on what we're watching on social media, if we're focused on all of that stuff, hey, Nikki, good to see you on. And when we're constantly focused on things, that's where our energy is going. When you're constantly watching reality television shows, when you're constantly watching just foolishness, your vital life energy is going towards that. And you want to know, and you wonder why your life is chaotic. You wonder why you can't shift and change. You wonder why you continue to experience the same scarcity, brokenness. You wonder why your bank account still looks the same way it looks. Yeah, watching the Bears, I get it. I get it. I understand. I know where my strengths are. I know where my weaknesses are. I can't get involved in sports like that because I love it, and if I start, it becomes addictive. I can't play video games like that because if I play video games, I will always and constantly be what? Playing video games. And so where your focus goes, that's where your energy flows. And so the trick and the diabolical nature of this world right now is siphoning your energy to support the manifestations of the visions and dreams that they have for themselves. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? If that makes sense, put yes in the chat. Thank you, Lisa. If that makes sense. So you can see how your misalignment creates a reality for yourself that has nothing to do with your desire. Because see, here's the thing. Your desire is to have peace. Your desire is to be happy. Your desire is to be healthy. Your desire is to be abundant. Your desire is to be loved. Your desire is to live a life that is full. That's your desire. And unfortunately, because that's your desire, oftentimes it's juxtaposed to where your focus is. So how often are you pouring into your life? How often are you pouring into your life? How often? I thank each and every one of you for being on here. I appreciate you for being on this live. I appreciate you for doing what you're doing here, because this is a part of the process of you pouring into yourselves. I appreciate all of you all that find that this is your vibe, so this is your tribe, so you connect with us in the Oasis. The Oasis. In fact, right now, I want to invite you all to become a part of the Oasis. The Oasis is our channel on Discord, okay? And when you become a super fan here, I don't necessarily like that. I don't like that term, but that's what they call it here on TikTok. When you become a super fan here on TikTok, it automatically puts you in the Oasis. The Oasis, again, is our channel on Discord. And on our channel on Discord, we have our virtual hypnosis. No, we don't. On Monday mornings, we have our, what is it that we have on Monday mornings? Monday mornings, we have our Monday morning meditation. And we also have we have guided meditations in there. We have pre-recorded hypnosis pieces in there. So all of these things are there. And so I invite you guys to become a part of it. If you're looking to become better and to do better and to have some different stimuli and to be in a group of people, amongst a group of people that are looking to become better and to do better, I invite you to become a part of the Oasis. And it's easy. And listen, if you're having a problem or a challenge, technically or financially, with connecting with us in the Oasis, hey, listen, just message Fine Wine or Mimi or myself, and we'll get you squared away. We'll get you inside. We'll get you in the Oasis, because that's where you need to be. We're at the top of the hour. This is great. We're at the top of the hour. It's 1:03. We're already at 58K, so we are on track, dead on track. We are dead on track to thank you, Fine Wine. Thank you, Mimi. We are on track to hit our goal of 100K plus. So thank you so much for following each other and loving on each other and connecting, because this is a sense of community that we're building here. So I appreciate that. And so there are 3 ways to engage. The first way is to just come here to this live as often as you can. And many of you do come every single day, and I appreciate your presence. We love the fact that you're here, because you add so much to this experience through your comments or your gifts and all of that kind of stuff. The second level of engagement is that accepting that invitation to become a part of the Oasis. We'll get you in there one way or another into the Oasis. And again, that's our channel on Discord. And that's every Monday morning that we do that Monday morning meditation, every Monday morning at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So make sure that you're up in there. Then the third level of engagement is being a member of the Oasis Mind Spa. That's right, becoming a member of the Oasis Mind Spa. That's when you guys work one-on-one with me, or you actually are part of the virtual hypnosis experience. And so, in fact, go ahead and grab your calendars. Everybody that's in here, grab your calendar. I am hosting Wednesday, January the 28th. That's Wednesday, January the 28th. I am hosting a virtual hypnosis experience. And that virtual hypnosis experience is going to be absolutely powerful. This month's theme, because I try to do it every single month, but some months I'm not able to do it. Hey, Latina, good to see you on here. The this month's theme is the power to walk in miracles, because these are vibrational frequencies that we have the ability to tap into. So I want to invite you to be a part of the virtual hypnosis experience. Again, that is January the 28th, Wednesday, January the 28th. And go ahead and do the registration. The registration is normally $95, but I tell you what, because you guys have been hanging out with me, I'm gonna give it to you for $49. And when you do the registration, I don't have to tell you where to go to do the registration. You know where to go to do the registration. Everybody tells you the same thing, where to go to do the registration. Thank you, Mimi. Thank you, Fine Wine, for those instructions. Thank you, Janae. Do the registration, and when you do that, put in the discount code section OMS49, and you'll get it for $49. Now, I'm gonna put this up here really, really quickly. For those of you who are serious, not playing around, but those of you who want to work with me one-on-one. If you want to work with, you're serious about taking your life to the next level and you want to engage at the highest level, that is working with me one-on-one as your success coach and hypnotherapist. If you're looking to do that, I just put a form down there. It's going to be up here for the next 15 seconds. So, and then you can also you can click on it. Once it goes away, there's a little orange arrow down at the very bottom, so that you can complete that form. And that way, that if you want to work with us, you want to work directly with me, you can do so, and that'll start the process, and we'll follow up there. So great. And again, here's another thing. If any part of what we've been talking about today has resonated with you at any meaningful level, and we're gonna go ahead and continue our conversation. If any part of what we've been talking about today has resonated with you at any meaningful level, it's the foundation of it is Cracking the Abundance Code. Cracking the Abundance Code is a book that I authored recently, and y'all have pretty much bought me out. I have a few copies left, and so go ahead and grab your copy of Cracking the Abundance Code. It's a powerful conversation that you'll have. It helps with that internal dialogue, because we'll be talking about this internal dialogue, and it is reflective of the circles that we grew up in, the tribe that we're a part of. And so the language of that tribe oftentimes creates limiting beliefs. And so right now, many of you are doing the work. You're doing the work, and I celebrate you on it. Y'all have started your New Year, New Me. Anybody doing their New Year, New Me thing? Go ahead and put it in the chat and say, yeah, it's me. If you have your vision board, put me in the chat. Those are wonderful things, and I celebrate you for doing them, because it really, really works. But here's the thing. If you have not seen the abundance begin to flow into your life, if you've not begun to see the abundance and the prosperity flow into your life, usually that is because you are a vibrational mismatch for the abundance that you're looking for. Now, the cool thing is that the abundance that you're looking for is looking for you. And because we live in this energetic universe, the goal is to become a vibrational match, because the frequency of abundance is just that, a frequency. And so when you broadcast at that frequency, it is easier for you to attract it. And so one of the things that I've learned over the years, especially when in my practice as a hypnotherapist, working with C-suite executives and athletes and things like that, as they're trying to scale their careers and to grow and to become better versions of themselves, the thing that keeps them out of vibrational harmony with abundance is limiting beliefs. So the very first chapter in Cracking the Abundance Code touches on just that, limiting beliefs. It touches on limiting beliefs, and not just touches, it does a deep dive. I do a deep dive with you on what those limiting beliefs are, so it helps you to recognize what those limiting beliefs are. And so you can address them, and you can shift them, and you can change them. And so as you do that, life begins to change, simply because you are now broadcasting at a different frequency. You've removed the blocks, because the thing that you're looking for is looking for you, but it can't find you because of the blocks that you have in the way. The limiting beliefs, once you address those limiting beliefs, it causes you to now move beyond those limiting beliefs, and so that you can begin to the very next chapter. And this is why I wrote it this way. You can start quantum leaping into your wealthy identity. And so chapter 2 is about stepping into that version of yourself where you already have the thing. Because remember, remember what I said earlier, the universe does not give us what we ask for. The universe gives to us based upon how we see ourselves. That's right. The universe gives to us based upon how we see ourselves. And so that identity is going to speak volumes above and beyond all things. And the last thing I'm going to show you in Cracking the Abundance Code is in the very beginning, I have a 21-day roadmap. This is not a challenge. This is simply a 21-day roadmap that shows you what you need to be doing day by day, step by step for 21 days that will help to change and shift your life from a place of lack, want, and scarcity to a place of abundance and prosperity. And so it's like having me, it's like having coach with you every single day. And I'm showing you step by step, day by day, what you need to be doing, what you can be doing to become the best version of yourself and become aligned with prosperity and abundance. Go ahead and grab your copy. And when you grab your copy, I'm going to sign it. I'm going to personalize it. I'm going to put a little gift inside of it to you. And I'm going to ship this out today, and it's going to get to you really quickly. So make sure that you do that. I'm excited about the possibilities that you have for becoming a better version of yourself. Where my meditation people at? Where my meditation people at? Put me in the chat. Yeah, in order to do the so Alpha, if you have any challenge, just message one of our moderators or myself, and we'll get you squared away. As far as because I know what you did. Because see, the Discord thing that you have to once you become a super fan here, you get a link from TikTok. TikTok will send you the link. It's not any other link there. But outside of that, we'll help you. We'll help you to get in there. All right. So I see my meditation people at. I see you, Rosemary. So when one of the things that I created, let me go ahead and unpin this. Where my meditation people at? Let me help you. This is really, really beneficial. I created these triple bliss meditation candle sets, and we'll run through these really, really quickly. But I want to give it its just due. These candles are meditation manifestation candles. I'm very, very specific about that. They are manifestation candles because they allow you to attract into your space what is a vibrational match for the thing. So this one here, the very first one, is the abundance candle. Each one of the candles are 100% natural soy based with a cotton wick. That cotton wick, it lights beautifully and all of that kind of good stuff. Each one of the candles are infused with essential oils. The essential oils, they are akin to what the intention is for that particular candle. This particular candle is the abundance candle. And so if you're looking to attract more abundance and prosperity into your life, this is the candle that you want, because it not only does it have bergamot and lemongrass, which are in alignment and attuned with wealth, abundance, and prosperity, it also has lodestone oil in it. A lodestone is a magnet. And so this is magnetized oil that is placed into this. And let me tell you something, these are not candles that we order offline and we turn around and resell them to you. No, these candles are actually made in-house. We pour these ourselves, and these candles are absolutely amazing, and they work for real. And so this first one is one that I use most often. This is the abundance candle, and it smells absolutely amazing. If you love bergamot and lemongrass, this is one that you want to have. And so this is the very first one in the triple bliss set. The second one is a favorite of mine, and yes, I'm a dude, but I still love it. It is the Heal candle. The Heal candle is made with rose. Essential rose oil. It has the rose petals in it and all that. It smells absolutely delicious. It smells delicious. But when you do the research on it, the vibrational frequency of essential rose oil is one of the highest, most healing aromas that you can have. So that's why when we made the Heal candle, it's made with the natural rose oil. And you see that it has the actual natural rose petals in there too. So this is great for healing. And here, and bringing up the rear, last but not least, is the happy candle. You can't attract wealth, abundance, and healing and all that stuff, and especially what we're talking about today, you can't attract that without being happy. You want to be emotionally balanced. You want to be happy. You want to come out of those low doldrums. This is the happy candle, and it is infused with lemon verbena, one of my absolute favorite scents in the world. When you go to those high-end spas and those 5-star retreats, that's the smell that you have. They're made out of lotions. They make it into lotions and soaps and all of that. So you definitely want to get that. And so this is the Triple Bliss set. You don't want to miss the opportunity to grab your Triple Bliss set. And for that price point, you can't, if y'all understand what an intention candle is or a manifestation candle is, you understand that you can't get one for that price, but you get all three for it. So I'm gonna leave this up here for a few seconds, and let's get ready to go ahead and kick back off with our conversation. And so again, welcome in everybody. If you are a newbie in here, welcome in. Just put newbie in the chat so that if we haven't already acknowledged you, so that we can love on you a little bit. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Let me go ahead and remove these from the live because we are getting ready to move forward with our work, because we got a lot of good work to do today. I'm excited. All right, here we go. Man, and can y'all believe can y'all believe we are still in part one? Because it's such an in-depth conversation. So we're gonna keep moving. We're gonna keep moving. And so again, the world trains that mind to be overstimulated. Transformational healing begins the moment a person becomes aware. And this is why we're having the conversation, because I want you to, one, become aware. And so transformational healing begins the moment a person becomes aware of their inner language, that inner dialogue. Becoming aware that where your focus goes, energy flows. When energy flows, manifestation soon follows. Understanding that when you focus externally on the things and you respond to what the world is showing you all the time, over and over again, and you become reactive, it becomes triggering. When you become mindful of these things, that's when your transformation can begin. And see, the problem is most of us don't even understand or aren't even aware of what's going on within us because we're focused on what's going on outside of us. I'm going to say that again. Most of us are not aware of what's going on inside of us. Write that down if you're writing anything down. Most of us are not aware of what's going on inside of us because we're so focused and fixated on what's happening outside of us. We have been programmed to look outside of us for our information, for our understanding, for our wisdom, for our learning, for our peace, for our happiness. You're literally looking outside of yourself for happiness. And you find it strange why people are looking for relationships and looking for transactional situations. They're looking for what a person can do for them instead of what they can ignite within them. So that's where we are. But the transformation that you're looking for, the healing that you're looking for, the better life that you're looking for is looking for you. And the pathway to finding that is that internal awareness. So again, transformational healing begins the moment a person becomes aware of their inner language and how it is shaping their emotional reality and their physical well-being. All right. If y'all are ready for part 2, put 2 in the chat. Let's go. If y'all are ready for part 2, put 2 in the chat. Let's go. Let's fire this thing up. And we are tapping away. We're already, my goodness, I don't know, we might get to 200 today. We're not trying to get to 200, but we're already at 80. We're already at 80,000 right now. And we're still at the top of the hour. Thank you, everybody. That's right. Most aren't aware of what's going on inside. Distracted. You're absolutely right, Janae. And so listen, and because y'all remember, most of us are getting over that ick. Excuse me 1 second. I had to blow my nose for like 2 seconds. And I apologize. I really do. All right, we good to go now. Okay, let's go. The subconscious mind, the silent architect of emotional and physical reality. Because remember I said 95% of what we experience, 95% of what we experience as reality is systemic of the subconscious mind. The subconscious mind receives emotional tone before it receives literal meaning. I'm going to say that again. The subconscious mind receives emotional tone before it receives literal meaning, meaning the way you speak to yourself, the way you speak to yourself. That is why this conversation is so important. It's so important because if there's anything that that I want you to walk away from this conversation with, is that I want you to stop talking to yourself badly. I want you to stop talking to yourself as if you're some stranger out on the street. I want to help you to stop that internal dialogue that is negative, that is debilitating, that is hurtful. And so again, the subconscious mind, it receives emotional tone. The tone. Just how many of us have been in conversations and the tone of the person wasn't right? And because they came at you, it wasn't what they said, it was how they said. Because then your grandma, anybody know what I'm talking about? If you understand what I'm talking about, put me in the chat. Because I remember, our grandmother said, sometimes it ain't what you say. What is the rest of the statement? It's not what you say. It's what? It's what? 100% you. It's not what you say. It's what? How you say it. It's how you say it. That's right, Janae. That's right, Mimi. That's right, Antoine. Thank you, Nikki. Thank you, Fine Wine. Thank you, Janet. Thank you, Monique. Thank you, Monica. Thank you, Roberta. It's how you say it. So, thank you, Rosemary. All of us are familiar with that. It's not what you say, it's how you say. And to great degree, it is what you say. But the first thing is how you say it. And so how you talk to yourself, how that internal dialogue sounds, the tone of your voice internally has to be one that is filled with softness, compassion, love, and consideration. Don't talk to yourself as if you're some stranger out on the street. The subconscious speaks the language of repetition, imagery, emotion, and identity, not logic. And so what you say to yourself most often, what you say, I am, whatever follows I am, because many of us be like, I'm so stupid. See how easily that just rolled off the tongue? Man, I'm so darn stupid. I should have done that. I shouldn't have done that. I shouldn't even listen. I should have followed my first mind. Because had I followed my first mind, I wouldn't even done that old stupid jump. And does that sound familiar? If that sounds familiar, put yes in the chat. Does that sound familiar? I knew I should have done that. Man, I'm so stupid. The language that you constantly, come on, there you go. Thank you, Jabs. Thank you, Trinity. Thank y'all. Thank y'all for being transparent. Because we talk to ourselves like that. And sometimes, and mess around, you might curse yourself out. And see now, Antoine, see, I love your internal dialogue. I love that internal dialogue. I am powerful beyond measure. My purpose burns stronger than my fear. I love that. I love that. And so as we begin to explore that, that what Antoine is talking about, what Antoine is saying, that is reflective of the type of conversation that you need to be having with yourself internally. Wonder what else wonder what else I'm consenting without noticing. That's true. What are you programming yourself without even being aware of? Because you're just repeating what your clan has been doing for years. What your parents said to you. What your family members have said. What your tribe has said. What you've heard going back and forth. You've heard that. You've heard that before. And your tone is reflective of that. And so your subconscious mind is always listening. So again, the subconscious speaks the language of repetition. Imagery. What are you seeing over and over again? And we talk about that internal dialogue and that internal noise. And so it's kind of hard. And see, in that thing, it's kind of hard to find your own voice. You ever notice how it's hard to meditate? It's hard for you to find your own voice because you're constantly listening to something else outside of yourself. You're not accustomed to going within. You're accustomed to constantly looking outside. And so the subconscious creates physical responses from emotional messages. Now, this is key. Your nervous system is always absorbing information. Your nervous system, write that down. Your nervous system is always listening. Your nervous system is always responding. Do I feel safe? Do I feel safe? Is there danger? Is this safe? Is this danger? Should I trust this? Where am I? What's going on? Should I be moving in this direction? No, I'm not going to go there. This is the simple thing. This is the simple thing, but it's very, very, very poignant. The subconscious creates physical responses from emotional messages. Like when somebody says something and they piss you off, you get hives. Listen, let me tell you something, Antoine. I'm about to have a very, very, very transparent moment. I remember the first little girlfriend, the first real girlfriend I had. I couldn't have been no more than maybe like 15. I was like 15, 16 years old. Oh, I loved that girl. Yes, I did. Ooh, I loved that girl. I was so in love, I was gone. Anybody ever been so in love that they were just gone? Just gone. Just head over heels. Just every time I would see it, I would get butterflies in my stomach. Anybody know what I'm talking about? Sprung. There you go, Antoine. Y'all get rid of 500 real quick for me because we ain't got time for that. Nose wide open. Come on, Henson. Talk now. Nose wide open. Emotional response. This you sitting up there. They listen. You look at the caller ID. Back in the day when we had caller ID on the house phone. You see that it was Rufus Johnson calling. And some of y'all ladies would be like, ooh, that's Rufus. Butterflies all in your stomach. You stop. Then for the brothers, we look and we see Cindy Lou. Cindy Lou is on the line. All we had to do was just hear her voice and a smile. Smile would show up on our face. So here's my moment. So I'm in love. I'm in love, man. Let me tell you something. We worked at McDonald's together. Oh, yes, Lord. She was a pretty little old chocolate thing. She was about as dark as my shirt. Oh, I thought she was the most beautiful thing in the world. Had this long, silky black hair. This is before weaves, because I'm old. I'm old. We talking about the 80s. We talking about the 80s here. And so, we didn't know anything about weaves and all of that kind of stuff. Flipping burgers in love. Yes, sir. But you know what I'll say, Robert? I wasn't on the grill. I was in the front. I was on the front register. I had to handle the cash. But anyway, my girlfriend, she worked there too. And I was gone. But to make a long story short, it ain't last too long. It didn't. She broke up with me because I was just a kid. I was only 15. That's it. I was at the front of the house. There you go, Robert. I was only 15, 16 years old. And so I ain't have anything. And so when the little fella, when an older guy came and put himself in the equation, and he had, he was doing some things. He was doing some things that I would never do, even as a kid. He was doing some things. He was selling some stuff, and the stuff that he was selling, people were buying. But it wasn't too legal. Y'all catch my drift. And because he was selling that stuff, he had a whole lot more money than I had. He had a whole lot more money than I had as a teenager working at McDonald's in the 80s when we were making $3.35 an hour. Y'all remember that foolishness? I told Aiden that I was making $3.35 an hour and messed around and got a nickel raise after being there for a year and was making $3.40. Come on now, Mimi. You don't know nothing about that. This is a long time ago. So, nevertheless, she broke up with me. Oh, you was making $4.25. Okay, y'all big money out there. Big money out on the West Coast. Big money. So here it is. So I'm sitting up here, and she broke up with me. And to Antoine's point, oh Lord, I put that's lotion. That's why my eye itching. It's lotion. That's that high end. That's that high end stuff right there. So anyway, you talking about Suzuki Sidekicks? Yeah, Suzuki Sidekick action back in the day. Yes, that was the car back then. Yeah, you thought you was doing something. Yeah, we had real money. We had real money back then. So dig it. I The girl broke up with me, and so she got her a new boo. Thank you, J Boss, for grabbing that daily heart me. So she got her a new boo, and it broke my heart. Oh, I was tore up. I was tore up. I was tore up so bad, and I was sitting in the room, and I was playing this song. Listen, y'all remember Glenn Jones' song? We've only just begun. Y'all remember that? We've only just begun. The romance is not over. Y'all remember that? I got a lot of love to give. Anybody remember that song? Come on now. I know I'm aging us. Y'all remember that song. Thank you, Fine Wine. Thank you, Regret. Thank you, Trinity. Y'all remember that song. So I'm sitting up in my room with the 45. Don't laugh, Mimi. Don't laugh. Don't laugh. Don't laugh. I'm sitting up there in the room playing this record over and over and over again, to the point where my little short mother that's 5 feet tall, she came in the room and said, if you play that song one more time. But I'm heartbroken. I'm going through. I'm going through. Yes, music was our therapist. What? Come on now, Henson. I'm sitting up there, I'm singing this song, and I'm playing the song over and over, and I got it on repeat. I'm so sad to the point where I have broken out from head to toe in hives. I don't know what is going on. I had these hives broken out all over my body because of my emotional state. I was so distraught. Yes, and yes, Mama was going to give me that knuckle sandwich if I played that song one more time. She said, I'm going to come in there, I'm going to break that record if you play that record one more time. I'm sorry. But see, I'm painting a picture. All of us have this thing. It is a part of who we are. Yes, she was going to break the record. See, right now, y'all can't break records. Y'all would have to break phones and all kinds of stuff. Listen, Amy, don't come in here laughing. Y'all remember? Listen, I'm beside myself. Yes, body just trying to defend itself from going. I was going through. I'm going somewhere with this. Don't laugh, Janae. Stop it. Don't laugh. And Sean, I know you over there laughing too. Don't laugh. Don't laugh. Don't laugh. But my mama said she was going to break the record if I played it one more time. But I was going through. I had broken out in hives from the top of my head to the tips of my toes. I had hives all over my body because of my emotional state. So any of us, and this is the thing that you have to remember, the subconscious creates a physical response. The subconscious mind literally creates a physical response. Hey, Elsie, and see, here's the thing. Many of you are dealing with maladies, sicknesses, illnesses, and diseases because of your emotional state. Many of you are experiencing illnesses or diseases because of the mental state that you have been in for so long. You have dealt with so much stress, so much anxiety, so much pain, so much disappointment. Some of you are struggling with functional neurological disorder. Some of you are dealing with it's an emotional response. Because here it is. Remember, we live in an energetic universe. And that energy has to go somewhere, because where your focus goes, energy flows. And where energy flows, manifestation soon follows. If your mind is on constant pain, hurt, disappointment, and frustration, that energy is focusing on pain, hurt, and disappointment. And because that's where your focus is on, that stress. That energy is going towards that thing. And guess what? It is going to manifest itself some way. When you have trauma in your life, thank you, Hershey. When you have trauma in your life, that's why it's so important for you to heal the inner child. That's why the work that I do as a hypnotherapist is sacred. It's sacred because there's some things that you and I have been holding on energetically There's some things that we've been holding on energetically, and it lodges itself in our physical body, and it finds a place to manifest itself physically, literally in our cells. Anybody know what I'm talking about? If you understand what I'm talking about, put yes in the chat. If you understand what I'm talking about, put yes in the chat. And we're already at 100%. 100K. Thank you, everybody. Thank you for your transparency. So you've been so wrapped up, and you've been so mad till you have made yourself sick. Many of us deal with so much stress for so long that you wind up with high blood pressure. I was plant-based and was around here talking about high blood pressure. That was because the career that I was in was causing stress, anxiety, all of that stuff. Yes, and it does fester. We have to cut it off at the energy source. And we also, survival, listen, Mimi, stop right there. Survival mode. Survival mode is a huge thing. Many of us are stuck in survival mode. You've been in survival mode so long, you forgot what it feels like. I have had clients that I've worked with that have been in survival mode, have been struggling for so long, have been dealing with stress, worry, anxiety for years on end without relief, so long that it had become normal. Do you realize how many of us normalize stress? We normalize it. Oh, it's just a little bit of stress, just normal stress. It was causing seizures for me in my sleep. You're at a job, you're working a job. That job stresses you out. You're in relationships. You're on pins and needles because every time he or she walks into the room, you're wondering what they're going to say now. You're wondering what's going to happen now. You're on pins and needles. Put me in the ER for a month. Wow. So you have to, you understand that your sickness is not, it's not just something wrong. Yeah, stomach all in knots. It's energetic. It's emotional. It winds up being spiritual. This energetic thing that's happening in your physical body. So many of you that are wrestling with those diseases and things, it is to a great degree because of the environment that you have created within your physical body, energetically and emotionally. That's why today's topic is so important. Heart disease, high blood pressure, diabetes, digestion issues, autoimmunity diseases, all kinds of stuff. That's right, Janae. All of these things are systemic of your nervous system's response to emotional trauma, emotional damage that you're wrestling with energetically every day. And then some of you say, oh, I'm okay. No, the heck you aren't. You aren't okay. You aren't okay, and you need to address it. You aren't fine. You've just become accustomed because the subconscious mind loves the familiar. The subconscious mind loves the familiar, even when the familiar is uncomfortable, and we call it the comfortable uncomfort. We call it the uncomfortable comfort zone. When your life has been habitually disappointment after disappointment, shame after shame, hurt after hurt, disappointment after disappointment, and you're constantly living in the same space over and over and over and over again, your subconscious mind gets accustomed to it. And because it gets accustomed to it and you live like this for years on end, years on end, years on end. I remember I had a client that had went for years and years living in this state of stress, worry, and anxiety. And the very first time we had our first session, it was the first time in years to where that she had found herself in a place of rest, if only just for a moment, to the point where her physical body responded in a way that I had never seen before. And it was this beautiful shake. It was this beautiful tremble. It was this release that she was having energetically. And she responded in a way that was unlike anything that I had ever seen before. To the point where the lady literally was floating out of the mind spa. Floating out of the mind spa. Because she had not experienced that type of peace and that type of healing in years. Because we normalize it. Because the subconscious mind loves what? Repetition. And that which is familiar is accepted. That which is familiar, the subconscious mind loves. Even if the familiar is uncomfortable, that's how people can stay in relationships way longer than they should have. That's why people can do jobs and stay on jobs for so long and they hate their job, but they stay because it's the devil that they know. All of that. Dealing with the devil they know. The devil is a lie. Not sir. But you have to get to a space where you at least understand it. Awareness begins. Healing can't take place until awareness comes into play. And so that's why our conversation today is about awareness. That's why I need you to become aware of what's going on inside of your physical body. I need you to become aware of what's happening on internally. Does that make sense, y'all? Does that make sense? The subconscious mind creates physical responses from emotional messaging. It does. Illustrating how self-talk influences blood pressure, inflammation levels, energy, digestion, sleep, immunity, all of those things. It influences it. This is the second time you heard this today. Thank y'all. I appreciate you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. The subconscious mind receives emotional tone before it receives the literal meaning. The subconscious mind speaks the language of repetition. The subconscious mind creates physical responses from emotional messages, illustrating how self-talk influences your physical body. Quantum mechanics reflects the same truth. Quantum mechanics reflects the same truth. The observer, we talk about the observer effect and how it shapes the outcome. Where your focus goes, energy flows. Where energy flows, manifestation soon follows. If your focus is on stress, anxiety, worry, doubt, it's going to manifest itself in your physical body. If you're focused on healing, happiness, joy, abundance, the vibrational frequency of faith, that in and of itself will heal the physical body. If you don't believe me, I know you do. But do the research for yourself. Study epigenetics. Epigenetics simply says that when you change the environment, you change the gene. You say, that people simply say, oh, it's a part, I inherited this. You inherited a lifestyle. Oh, I got high blood pressure because my family had high blood pressure. My grandmama had diabetes, and my granddaddy had diabetes, and everybody in my family got diabetes, so I'm gonna have diabetes. No, you didn't inherit that. You inherited a lifestyle. You inherited a culture, and that culture continues to be the root cause of the maladies that your family is experiencing. So that's why it's so important for many of you to be the generational curse breakers. Meaning that you have to change the lifestyle, change your lifestyle in such a way that your nervous system can change. So yes, the nervous system can react to trauma. It can react to positive stimuli too. And so that's why hypnotherapy works. That's why going and tapping into the power of the subconscious mind to change the way you think, to change the internal dialogue. It can change the way your physical body expresses itself. Because when you change the environment, you change the gene. You change how the gene expresses itself. So when you change the environment of your family, when you change the environment of your home, when you change those things, you change your own life, you change your own destiny. When you change your emotional state, you change the energetic field. The electromagnetic field around you. When you change that, everything in your world changes. The thoughts that you have change. The words that you speak change. The actions that you take change. The emotions that you experience, they all change. And when they all change, thank y'all so much for those ghosts. Thank you for the gifts. When those things change, everything in your world changes. Everything in your world changes. Janae says 7 billion cells are listening, and all they care about is you. That's it. That is it. That is it. Change the way by the renewing of your mind. You have to change the way you see things. You have to change the way you speak to yourself. Thank you. Thank you, Trinity, for my headpiece. When you change the way you think, when you change the way you speak to yourself, you change the inside of you, literally, not figuratively. When you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. Wayne Dyer would say that all of the time. Thank you, Henson. When you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. If your subconscious could reveal the 5 most common phrases it hears from you, what would they be? That's your assignment for today. Go within. That's your assignment for today. I'm going to give you an assignment, and then we're going to keep going because we got a few more minutes left. Go within and find those things. Go and find those things. The 5 things that you constantly say to yourself over and over again. I'm going to say that again. If your subconscious could reveal the 5 most common phrases it hears from you, what would it be? Are you speaking life to yourself? Are you speaking something else? Are you loving on yourself? Are you being kind to yourself? That's a good word. I like that. Take inventory. Thank you, Janae. Take inventory of those 5 things. Five things. Because when you go within, it puts you in a place where you can be introspective and you can learn where your weaknesses are. You can learn where your pain is. You can learn where your power lies. But as you do that, make sure you walk in kindness and compassion. Talk to yourself as if you're talking to the 5-year-old you. Talk to yourself as if you're holding the hands of your inner child, your 5-year-old self. And when you do that, you'll find that love that you're giving to that version of yourself has been needed all this time. Does that resonate with anybody? Do you feel the beautiful gravity of that? Does that resonate with you? There you go. Tell them, that's right, Nikki. Tell yourself that you're safe. Tell yourself that you're free. Tell yourself that you are loved. Shift that internal dialogue and change your life forever. Shift that internal dialogue and change your life forever. Be the version of you that you needed as a child. Be the version of yourself. Be the version of yourself. Be the version of yourself that you needed. And as you needed that version of yourself, whisper that love over and over and over and over and over again. The Odu teaches that internal alignment produces external harmony. And this begins with internal dialogue. Even when you start talking about the teachings of Jesus himself, it says that according to your faith, be it unto you. According to your faith, be that unto you. So this literally mirrors the subconscious principle. What you accept as truth becomes embodied. What you accept as truth becomes embodied. The Tao Te Ching, it reminds us that softness, that gentle inner language, It overcomes hardness, reflecting how compassionate self-talk rewires survival patterns. It rewires it. It changes everything. That's it, Amy. Talk that I am healthy. I am healed. I am complete. I am well. I am grateful. Thank you. Internal dialogue. That's beautiful. The Bhagavad Gita, it literally expresses that disciplined inner voice that leads the chariot of life, echoing the master of self-dialogue. When someone repeatedly says, I'm so tired, the subconscious responds with a real fatigue. This is why listen, so that's why I'm very, very mindful of what I say. When you sit there and you say, whew, I'm so tired. And guess what? Immediately your physical body responds to that. Your emotional, your thank you, fine wine from a chain. It literally responds. It literally responds. So don't say those things about, no, listen, even if you do feel a little weary or a little tired, don't speak it. Just say day by day, in every way, I'm becoming better and better. Day by day, moment by moment. Many of us do that, Jabs. Many of us do that. And so it's incumbent upon us to be mindful. That's why when we do that inventory, and I want you to do that inventory tonight. I really want you to do that inventory to say, what are the 5 things that you speak to yourself? That you better preach, Janae. Janae said, let the sick say that they are healed. Let the see. You can look at all of these spiritual traditions, whether you're moved from Christianity to Hinduism to Buddhism to Taoism to Ifa. You see these beautiful lessons that have been taught for eons. And they're formulas that you've been given. Speak. You have power. There's power in your tongue. The power of life and death. You can speak to the mountain and tell it to be removed, and it shall be. Tell it to be cast into sea. You can speak. There's power in your tongue. You can speak. There's so much that you can speak. So instead of speaking death to yourself, speak life. Let the sick say that they are healed. I choose a life of wealth, health, happiness, joy, love, goodness, and compassion. There we go, Wushu. Those are the things. Those are the things. You have the ability to create the greatest life ever. You have the ability to create the greatest life ever, and it is left up to you to determine what that is. No longer will you speak to yourself in a way that is beneath you. Yes, Crystal. Yes, Crystal. It's copper. No longer will you speak to that. You will allow the language of your subconscious mind to be filled with love, prosperity, abundance, healing, joy, love, peace, and all that kind of good stuff. Can we put a pause right here? Can we? Because as we're beginning to wrap up for today, I don't want to get into part 3 because part 3 is a meaty section. Can we address that tomorrow, y'all? Thank you, Mimi. Thank you. Can we address that tomorrow? Can we put a pin right here and we can start this tomorrow? Man, listen. Thank y'all. Thank y'all. Did this did this resonate today? Did we do good today? Excellent. Thank you. Did we make some things happen? Tapping is clapping. I did all right. Yeah. Thank you. Mimi talking about I'm ready to go. She been in class all day. Oh, thank y'all. Yeah, Roberta, I'm glad you took a lot of notes. Good. And we get 2 songs today. Yes, thank you. That's it. Thank you. Yes, I did, Rock. Yeah, your dog rocked out. Yes. Thank you. All right, so listen. Our TikTok family, Don't go anywhere. Don't go anywhere. We're gonna go ahead and release our YouTube family because we about to have our after party as we always do. We're gonna have our after party, and yes, we do have 2 songs to rock out to today. So thank y'all so much. So hold on, don't y'all go anywhere. Don't go nowhere. But our YouTube family, we love you so much. Thank you so much for being. Thank you, Stay Woke. That's huge. Thank you for that galaxy. I thank you, man. That's wild. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. That's huge. Thank y'all so much. I truly appreciate you. Y'all are absolutely amazing. And we'll be back with part 2 tomorrow. So make sure that you're here. Don't miss it. We'll be here at 12 Eastern Standard Time. And so you guys have an amazing afternoon. Continue to love on yourself, be kind to yourself, and make sure that you don't talk bad to yourself. All right. I'll see you guys tomorrow. And don't y'all go nowhere because we're getting ready to kick this doggone after party off. Here we go. All right. Excellent.